Hello and welcome back to this channel. So today I'm going to talk about how you can change existing habits through rewiring of the brain. I know there are those habits that you would like to stop doing, maybe this thing too much, maybe smoking, maybe alcoholism. There are those habits that you want to stop, and today I want to show you how you can stop these habits through rewiring of the brain. You can rewire your brain through the process called neuroplasticity. The research has shown that the brain can rewire. It doesn't mean maybe the way you used to know that maybe when you are born the brain has been formed, that you can't change it. The studies, the research has shown that this can happen. Rewiring of the brain can happen. Brain condition can be formed afresh. And so if you want to change an existing habit that maybe is not pleasing to you, then there are three components, or there are three conditions that happens through the habit. And one thing that comes with the habit, there is a trigger. A trigger is that something that maybe that gives you a nudge, maybe a smell that gives you a nudge to do something. Then there is the routine. The routine is when you get the urge, maybe you go smoking, maybe you go eating unhealthy food, maybe you do all those kind of routine or those actions. And then there is the reward. You feel good maybe when you are eating this, you have eaten those fries, maybe you feel good when you have smoked. There is a trigger, that is the routine, and that is the reward. And so how can you change this existing bad habit through rewiring of the brain? And so, for example, maybe there are various exercises that you can do to facilitate rewiring of the brain or changing of the habit. And one of the ways that you can rewire your brain is through changing habits, is doing something that you are not used to do. For example, you can go to gym, maybe you can go and you can start maybe brushing your teeth with your left, with your dominant hand. Maybe you wake up in the morning, you go and shower, after showering you dress, after dressing you go and take breakfast, and then you go and brush your teeth. But you can change the order of the activities, the way you do these activities, in order you can maybe start by taking breakfast, then you go brushing your teeth, and then go and shower, and then you go and dress. And therefore even you can change these activities through, maybe you can brush your teeth with your dominant hand. You can maybe dress yourself with another hand that you are not used to do. Do something that you are not used to do. Do something that is different from what you are used to do. Change the routine. If you want, maybe you are going to the art office, go through another route, not the route that you are used to do. Do something that is different from how you used to do. Maybe you plan your things. Do something different from what you're used to do. And so other activities, maybe you can enroll to do a certain course, maybe do some language, doing another language facilitate faster brain connection, rewiring of the brain. You can do something that will facilitate these changes. For example, maybe you want to lose weight, maybe due to this unhealthy eating. So the trigger you get, maybe you smell some that food that you're used, that makes you have that urge to eat. That is the trigger. The trigger is maybe the smell. And then the routine, instead now of eating unhealthy food, which is the routine, which is the action, you can maybe opt to go for a smoothie, you go for something that is healthy, and then you feel that you get satisfied. The reward is the way you feel satisfied after you get full. Now even if you take this smoothie, you get satisfied. The reward is still the same. Yeah, we change the routine, but the trigger remains the same and the reward remains the same. And so in order for the neuroplasticity changes to take place, in order for the rewiring of brain to take place, there must be 5 components. One thing, you have to do something that is challenging. When I say about challenging, is something that it might be hard to do. Maybe you want to go to gym, but you're not used to do those kind of exercises. It must be challenging, not something that you are going to wake up early in the morning and do it over Sunday and big result. So it must be challenging. Another component, it must have intention. You must be intentional on what you are going to do. You must be intentional on the way you want the rewiring of the brain to take place. Maybe you want to do something. Something that is challenging, maybe going to gym, maybe enrolling for a new language. What is the intention behind this challenging exercise? Maybe you want to do some to enroll for to do maybe a French course, maybe another language course, maybe because if the intention behind this course might be maybe you want to get promoted, maybe you want to be given roles maybe in another country. So it must be of intention. Another component is you must give this specific attention. If you want neuroplasticity changes to take place, if you want the rewiring of brain to take place, then you must give this activity specific attention. When I talk about specific attention, I mean you need to include these kind of activities in your calendar. Maybe you say, maybe every 5 a.m. in the morning, I have to do this for 30 minutes. Maybe I have to write with my left hand for 30 minutes. Every evening, maybe after work, I have to go to the gym. Yes, you give it specific time in your calendar. You put it in your calendar so that even your brain is aware. This information is sent to your subconscious mind so that you can know that this thing has to be done. Another component is you must do it on a repetitive basis. No habit is formed just once. You have to do it on a repetitive basis. And you have seen those people, maybe those people who smoke, those people maybe to alcoholism. They must have formed that habit. Maybe they took that alcohol today, the next day they formed an habit of doing it. Those people who smoke, they formed an habit of doing it. Those people who maybe eat and they formed that habit. They were doing it on a repetitive basis. And so in order to change this existing bad habit, you have to do something on a repetitive basis. You have to change this exercise that you are doing so that it can facilitate the neuroplasticity changes. You have to do it on a repetitive basis, not just one day. No, you have to do it for a week, you have to do it for a month. Set time to do it for several times so that these habits can be formed. So those bad habits can become dormant. Another final component that can facilitate neuroplasticity changes or can help to rewire the brain is time. You need to give this activity a specific time. You need to give yourself a specific time to accomplish this kind of activities that you have done. Maybe for this course that you have enrolled, you have to set a specific time that you have to accomplish it. And therefore, maybe you want to do maybe go for gym for 6 months. That is the time that you have set. So even you can set a time that you can also be reviewing the progress, and even set time for when maybe there must be relapse. You need to give yourself time like that. And so when you do all those things, when you do something that is of this kind, of this nature, then be reassured that brain is going to be rewired. New brain pathways are going to be formed. New brain connection are going to be formed, and the habits that have been formed earlier are going to be dormant. So it is good to understand the experiences that you do, what you do on a repetitive basis, and becomes the pathways that are going to be created that determines how brain development happens. So you may be wondering how you can be able to rewire your brain. You may be wondering how you can be able to change a specific habit. Then you can contact me. I'm a transformational coach. I coach people to address these things, how to rewire their brain. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get to understand. Also share so that many people can get awareness about that. We want to raise awareness about all these factors that affect us so that we can have a sane society. And I usually say a sane society begins with you taking responsibility, changing how your story is playing out.